Hello, ESS crew. It's Kara Lenorvitz, and welcome to our 8th week of segment 2, starting on March 15th. And we're going to jump right in. This is going to be a pretty quick video. So to start off with some housekeeping, most of what's on here is going to be familiar to you and the same old, but still important. So remember to continue to use the weekly learning plans as your guide to help you keep on pace, and make sure you're checking your email for important updates. Also remember that on Thursdays, we are going to be back in the routine of our synchronous Thursday meetings. So make sure you are showing up for class ready to engage and ready to participate. We will resume those again this week all together as a full class. So make sure you're there. As usual, I will continue to hold office hours every Tuesday from 8:30 to 10:30 and every Wednesday from 1 to 3. Definitely do reach out if you are having questions or you need help with something during those office hour times. Oftentimes your questions, which are great, are ones that can be really quickly cleared up if we are having a back and forth conversation live, not in person, but at least on video. So I really encourage you to use that resource to your advantage. And then I wanted to kind of just give you a little view into the not too distant horizon. With some upcoming stuff. So this week you are going to be wrapping up Module 7 officially. You know we're underway with Module 8, and I want to let you know that the end of the semester is really not that far off on the horizon. As that, though, I do want to let you know that soon, starting on March 22nd, if you have work that's missing from earlier modules, that missing work is going to start to be replaced with zeros. Now, a 0 doesn't mean you can't go back and complete that piece of work, but it does mean that it's going to start calculating that 0 in your overall grade. I want you to get a much more clear understanding of where you stand in class as we're approaching the end of the semester, and I want you to have as much opportunity as possible to make sure that you are putting in the good work to represent your understanding and so that you can be successful in class. So make sure you're paying attention to that past due work, and if you have some holes to fill, make sure you're tending to those. With that in mind, this week's agenda is going to look a little bit different, and the whole theme is about catching a wave, catching up on past due work, and catching a break. So you are actually only going to have 2 new things that you need to do this week. One of them is your Oceans module exam. This is the catching a wave part. You've spent lots of time over the last couple of weeks learning about oceans, the characteristics that make up oceans, learning how wind powers surface currents along with the rotation of Earth's surface, Earth on its axis causing the Coriolis effect, You've learned about properties like density and salinity and temperature and how those help to drive deep ocean currents. And you've thought quite a bit about how interactions between what we do as humans changes a little bit the composition of the atmosphere, which in turn changes what happens to things in the cryosphere, like the Arctic ice sheets, which in turn can cause changes in the biosphere. And you've thought a little bit about how changing our behaviors as humans might have some impacts on all of those systems in some positive ways as well. So you're going to capture that understanding through your module exam. For those of you who are feeling like you're sprinting and still not totally caught up, this week is for you. In addition to doing your module exam, if you are behind schedule on anything, you're going to have some time this week to catch up on that past due work. So make sure you take that opportunity and that you really dig in. I know you're going to feel a lot better and you're going to feel a lot more successful if you can get yourself back on track. So make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. What about those of you who are on pace? You've been doing awesome work and you deserve a little bit of a break. So if that's you, do know that you can continue to move ahead a little bit in terms of reading and taking notes on the upcoming lessons in Module 8. You can also, if you are on schedule and want to move ahead a little bit, continue to work and do more background research on your engineering project. So you can put yourself a little bit farther ahead, or if you need to take your foot off the accelerator a little bit and give your attention elsewhere, you can do that as well. The second job that everybody has this week is to attend class. So we will be together on Thursday this week for our synchronous session. So make sure you're ready for that. So here's a quick tour of our weekly learning plan. You're going to notice it's also fairly short this week. Quick introduction at the beginning. There aren't any new learning objectives this week because you are going to just be taking your Module 7 exam, which means you're covering all of those learning objectives from Module 7. And because we're not going to continue to push forward this week, there's nothing new there. You will see your to-do list is very short. For those of you who participated in the DBA last week, if you want to go back and review any of that material, I've linked our DBA presentation here for you. You can access it via Pear Deck either by going directly to this link or going to joinpd.com and typing in the lowercase 6-letter code there. Second thing on this list is to catch up if you are behind schedule. And the third thing on this list is your Module 7 exam. As a reminder, to gain access to that exam, you need to have done 2 things and completed them. One of them is you need to have participated in your Module 7 DBA. You should have accomplished that either on Friday, March 12th, in which case I've already seen you, or today, Monday, March 15th, in which case I should be seeing you soon. The second part of that is, remember, you need to complete and turn in your reflection. I will be looking for that completed reflection as the ticket to send out your exam access codes. Those will be coming out to you via email on Tuesday morning. So make sure you've accomplished those 2 things and you've turned in that reflection so that you can get the access code. And then again, third job there is attending class. So make sure you are ready to go for our regular Thursday meeting time. You, of course, can and should reach out during office hours. And in terms of upcoming work, we are going to next week continue working on Module 8. All right, so here's our snapshot. The only new work again is to complete your Module 7 Oceans exam. Again, look for that access code in your email Tuesday morning, assuming you've completed your DBA and reflection. If you have not, make sure you reach out to me and that you're scheduling a time for that. We started on Module 8 last week. For those of you who are wanting to catch up there, you can access that even if you haven't finished Module 7. And if you have backlogged work, make sure you are catching up on that. I will see you for class this Thursday, March 18th, and please do reach out for help if you have any questions or need any assistance. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday, and I look forward to seeing more of you back on pace by the end of this week. Take care.